Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of new Eriador, playing some 1.10 Minecraft, yes indeed. And we're over here by our little beacon shop, as you can see. I don't know whether I showed this last time. I just kind of sort of built the wall area up here just to show it supporting, and that leaves us for, you know, some more buildings around here should we want to, or if people want to put buildings there, that's not a problem. And I thought, as it's been a couple of days, I would go in and check to see if anybody has purchased any skulls since I opened the shop, and sadly it doesn't. Whoa! Yeah, whoa, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120 diamonds. Someone has bought 6 beacons. That's amazing. Nearly 2 stacks, which is fantastic. And actually, I know exactly what we're going to go and spend those diamonds on, and I'll find out who has purchased all those. I'll ask around because no one said anything yet, but I know exactly where I'm going, up here, to see if DC has actually refilled his quartz shop or his quartz chest, because we bought them out last time. I need more quartz. I'm collecting the stuff for our builds. I've got a load going. In fact, if we look in our ender chest here, look at all the lovely quartz. But I need more, and yes, I've got 18 more spare skulls. I've been down at the farm, so perhaps we'll just go off in a minute. Oh, look at that! So what have we got here? Let's just do. In fact, it's to there. So if we just mark that with 2, that's easy enough. I don't have to count. All I have to do is put 2 diamonds in all those slots. There's 1, and there's 2. Fantastic. We still got spare ones left over. That's nice. I like that. So we've got enough for 5 more beacons there. So I think that's what we ought to do. We ought to head up and kill those 5 withers. Oh yeah, that's 6 wither stars, which means 6 beacons. So yeah, nice and easy to replace. And yeah, it wasn't really that difficult. And I kind of wanted to test this room out. I kind of knocked it through here, which has got the big open space behind. I wanted to just see if this was enough that when he spawned he didn't actually break any blocks or anything like that, and it looks like it's all good and all okay. So yeah, no, and I don't think we'll even need this tunnel to run down because you don't take too much damage in the corner here. So I think, you know, we'll leave that as it is. I put this here just in case these guys got angry, because there was a bug at one point that when they would explode near you, these guys would get angry with you as well, but doesn't look like to do, so that's absolutely fine. Although they might not have been close enough, I don't know. I just didn't want to take the risk at that particular point. But yeah, we got 6 beacons to replace the 6 beacons that we had bought. So yeah, there's another 120 diamonds or whatever ready for people to buy. So I'm over at the community server, and I've come over here because it's been a couple of weeks since I recorded those clips. I've been away working and away doing some ballooning. I was at a balloon fiesta for 4 days, and there might be a blog coming out on that, or vlog rather, and it may already be out actually by the time this video comes out, so make sure you check that out. But yeah, we'll come on the community server because we've had the competition for the Atlantis building. So let me spin around And this is the winning entry by Lord Butterfish, I think is the person's name. So yeah, I like the way they put the glass on there as well to give us an idea of what it's going to be like under the water. But yeah, this is really, really cool. It's we had quite a few entries in. And some really good ideas. So with the other ones, I'm going to be stealing. I'm going to be using some of those ideas that you guys have come up with. There's a couple of good ones for tunnels and the more modern city, and obviously there is the. I wonder why we're going in shadow then, but it's this new Eriador balloon to signify the winner. Yeah, so essentially I'm going to be using ideas from the other ones. There was another one that used a similar sort of seabed to this and had a submarine, which was pretty cool. So I'm going to use that, and you guys will obviously get credited. But let's check this one out, because this is the winning entry. So we're definitely going to be using these elements. We've got a pier, and I guess this is a kind of, the way I see this, it's a sort of in between what would have been the ancient Atlanteans, or sort of Greek style ones that their stuff got sort of submerged long time ago, thousands of years ago. This is a sort of semi-modern. We've got what is a lighthouse here. So if we just go down to this, we've got a lighthouse that's fallen over. It certainly looks like that, which is pretty cool. And then also we've got a dome. So yeah, this is obviously the Atlanteans learning to live underwater. But again, that in itself has collapsed, and we'll probably then move on to our new city. Atlantean sort of area we're developing. But yeah, there's a little cool walkway coming down here into the dome, and this is obviously all underwater because this dome is completely cracked, and there's seaweed and grass and all that sort of stuff just floating around. Love the colours as well, the floor area. So again, similar to what I've used in terms of using this end stone with the sand and the sort of the smooth sandstone. So yeah, I think it's a good mixture, and it kind of moving all over to this and having little bits of gravel, I think is quite nice. It makes it quite good, and actually this prismarine fits in quite well with it as well. The sort of aqua colour of the prismarines. And then obviously the sea lanterns and the quartz. So yeah, that all works nicely together. And there is, if we head over here, a little hidey hole for some treasure. Yes, there's some treasure down here. So not the only person to use that idea as well. Yeah, there was another entry as well that had treasure a bit bigger than that. Some diamonds in there as well, but definitely use some of that in there. So I think what we'll end up doing is having a look how this is going to fit in with our existing landscape. So it may not be the exact layout like this, but we're certainly going to, you know, use these elements to decorate and put down and you know, rebuild these on the server. So well done for you for that contest. So that's really, really cool. So I've just come back from the farm over there, and it is so awesome because you can literally get all the materials you need from that farm to build lots of your projects. So I've just gone and got a load of bone and turned it into bone blocks, and obviously some redstone and some glowstone turned into lamps. We've got iron that I'm going to be using. We've got a bone meal. I was able to make lime dye from the stuff we get over there. So I think the only thing we're not making is glass, but we've got the super cooker that cooks them up really, really quickly as well. So yeah, hello Mr. Pigman, you've come to join me here, which is not necessarily a good thing. So let's take this out, because what I want to do is work on this elevator. So that's what we're going to be building, an elevator up to the wither killing area. So we've kind of got our staircase going there, so we're going to kind of knock that out as we go. And I think the way we're going to do this, because it's on a curve, the design I've come up with is really going to sort of start here. So we'll probably bring this bit across into here as well. So although we'll keep it there, it'll be double thick there. And I think that's about the only thing I don't actually have with me is some of these bricks, but I think there's probably going to be some around here somewhere, because obviously they're building the Nether Hub and some of those, so it won't be too much to handle there. So yeah, this is definitely where I'm going to be putting the build, and let's just start it off. And I want to have a little quick chat with you guys, because there's been something else happening this weekend, and that is Minecon. And yes, with Minecon, there comes the announcements, and well, I want to know, what do you guys think of the Minecon announcements? What do you think of all the new stuff that's coming out? You know, within this, there's some really awesome stuff, I think. So you know, in terms of that, and I really want to get your guys' opinion on what you think of that. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get the basics of this going. I'm going to get those bricks so I can sort of put myself in the right place, and then yeah, we'll have a little chat about Minecon and all the new 1.11 features. So all we're going to be building here is a very simple minecart elevator, and this is how I've got this foreground area, and we are going to put redstone lamps like that, and then we're going to stick that there, and then the minecart's going to go in this spot. So but we're going to have to do that from above, but I wanted to use a little bit of colour in this as well. I think that lime against that bone really stands out quite nicely. We just got some white blocks there with some lamps underneath, and so yeah, the idea is you look up and you go boom 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 all the way up. So that's how we're going to do it. Let's see, I do have rails, blocks and minecarts and ender pearls and ladders is the other thing I need. If I got ladders, there's my ladders. Okay, so let's put those there. So yeah, essentially the way this works is we need a ladder there, we need to then go up the top, go up there if we can. There we go. And this bit is fairly simple because you just put a block there, you then get the minecart and rail, so the rail goes on top, minecart goes on top, and then we should be able to break that block underneath, which isn't so easy when you got there. Is that, why has that not gone down? Why is I broke the rail, not the thing. Okay, let's do this again, shall we? Maybe I did it without that there initially. Let's see if we can do this again. So there, we need to break the block underneath. Aha! And yeah, that works out quite nicely, and then we're just going to put that block there to hold it in. And it's a very simple pattern. We've got the white going up that side, so we kind of got like a V shape coming, and then again we'll have the blocks there, and then we'll just go up 3. So we just obviously need to clear it away as we're going, make the room for this, and this back bit is really sort of you know, incidental. It's kind of we carved it out to actually do it, but yeah, we don't actually really need it. And there's somebody's chest there, which I think are actually, yeah, it's just all the stuff that when this was hollowed out. So let's carry on and get this going. So 1.11, I can't believe 1.11. It's one of the nice things. I think there's pros and cons, and I think there's a lot said about this before. There's pros and cons about having these updates of where they were. Everyone moaned last time that it just took too long for the episode to come out, or the updates to come out, and then when they did come out, you know, great, we had lots and lots of features. Now we seem to be having updates that are more frequent. You know, we've already had because I did a Let's Play series, and in that Let's Play series, it's kind of I don't know, almost sort of like you know, so we've had 2 or 3 updates since I sort of finished playing it. So yeah, I think it's really cool that we get updates regular, and it's little things. Some people will be moaning about this one because there wasn't really anything in there which you would consider I guess what we really want. And I'll tell you what I want, what I really want. I really want some slabs and stairs. So yeah, that's what we really want, but we don't get it. So but this is called the exploration update, which is pretty cool in my mind. There's some pretty cool stuff out in it. For starters, we've got the new cartographer villager, which is pretty awesome. And I saw a green coat villager there, but Jeb didn't say anything about that. And so I wonder if there's more. I don't know. But the cartographer is a white coat villager, and that simply allows. So I'm looking at this, trying to work out how it's working. I may flick to my other screen a minute while we do that, just because I've got a test world open. Okay, that's how I did it. Yeah, so we, you know, we've got these cartographers who will essentially sell us maps. And the idea behind the map, there's one in there, is that they will give us either a location to the Sea Temple, or they'll give us a location to the new, what they're calling the, it's the forest thing, the Woodland Mansion. So yeah, we've got different different things basically we can get from these. So, but the Woodland Mansion is obviously something that's really new and really awesome, because it's got 3 new mobs in there, which are like ill villagers, and then they, you know, it's a bit of a not quite a boss fight, I reckon, but it is a bit of a boss fight. So yeah, that's really awesome as well, the fact that we've got those, and then. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to exploring and finding one of those and actually doing the, if you like, the sort of fighting one of them, shall we say. So that's going to be awesome to be able to sort of fight one of these guys. I think we're going to leave this as glass panes all the way up now. But it means we might have to do this as that all the way up. I'm not sure. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think it looks alright when you're in here and you're going up. I think that's going to be okay. We'll get it done and then we'll see, I guess. Get back up there. So yeah, really looking forward to fighting those mobs. I'd love to get your feedback. What do you think of them? The 3, the Vindicator, the is it the Evoker and the Vex? So it looks pretty cool anyway, that's for sure. What else have we got in the new update? Ah, yes, the Shulker. The Shulker shell. Who'd have thought a Shulker would shell its shell? Easy for you to say. So yeah, Shulkers now shell their shells, which is awesome, because when you wrap it round a chest, I've run out of those already. When you wrap it round a chest, it basically gives you the ability to make that chest transferable and keep your items and all that kind of stuff, which is really awesome. I'm gonna have to end up up there. Can I get up? Right, there we go. Yes, it worked. Yeah, so yeah, you can wrap your shell and make yourself a shulker box. And when you break a shulker box, anything inside the shulker box stays in the shulker box, and you can transfer stuff around. So that is just absolutely awesome. Yeah, so looking forward to those. That is just inventory management sorted, isn't it? Let's face it, it's not quite a golden bag of holding that you might get in modded, but it is inventory management sorted, that is for sure. Because, you know, just being able to pack all your stuff up into a shulker box, being able to carry around 27 shulker boxes or more, you could take the whole base with you, couldn't you? I think that's pretty fantastic. What else have we got? Let's put this in here. So you've got the Totem of Undying. Yeah, I think that could be made more useful if we can farm them. The fact you've got to hold it in one of your hands is a bit of a pain. But you know, it could be handy if you're going to go into a boss fight, but then it means you can't have your shield attached. So it's pros and cons, I guess. I don't know, you know, what way I'd want to do it. I'm going to have to get rid of that. And can't pick it up. Let's do that. There we go. Put that back. That should still stop it from going down. Cool. Okay, that works. Nice. Yeah, so ew, I fell down there. Gonna have to use my ender pearl again, aren't I? There we go. Yeah, but that's you know, it's a nice little feature sort of thing in terms of having it, you know, to have that in your hand if you think you're going to die. But if these woodland things are endgame mobs, then surely you should be pretty geared up and dying. You know, it's I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it? To whether I would use it, whether I'd find it useful. But then, you know, we always thought the shields weren't going to be that useful, and yet we use them. That isn't quite right, is it? No, because I need lights in there. Okay. Well, let me sort this out a minute. Now, there was a few smaller things mentioned that they've added to the game. So you've obviously got things like cursed enchantments, which I don't know whether they're going to be that useful in a survival game. Probably quite good for map makers and that sort of thing, but yeah, that's a new rare find in dungeons. There is the observer block as well, which I believe is in some like Pocket Edition or something like that. So again, that might be useful for sort of setting off redstone when something grows, for example. That's the example they were showing. And then the other feature they've added is the end island portals. They've added more portals at the end island. So whereas at the moment we're having to sort of, you know, go so far out to find the end cities and then commit suicide, now you can kind of I guess it's sort of, you know, find a portal to come back home, which again can be quite useful because you can't fit everything into one of those, you know, into an ender chest. So yeah, at the moment we're having to leave stuff behind, and this will basically prevent that from happening. So I guess that's quite good. It is making Minecraft a little bit easier. Exactly the same with the console command they've added to locate things. So again, you can use the console command now to locate end cities and you know, other sort of structures within the game, which again, you know, I guess if you're using creative anyway and you want to find these places, it does save you a bit of time than flying around and searching for them. But you know, I guess it's not really something I'm going to be using that lot, since you know, I don't play in that mode, certainly not for this. But yeah, if you wanted to build yourself a blaze farm and go into creative first of all to test it out, you can find a fortress sort of fairly easy. So you know, from that point of view, it's probably going to be useful more than anything else. But then we always had things like emits that we could use, so it's just putting it into the game where we've been using external stuff up till now. And of course, the other thing that I think everyone is going to love is the new passive mob, shall we say, which is the llama. And the llama is just so adorable. I think everybody at Minecon, when they saw it, you just could tell by the crowd it was completely approved. Definitely what they wanted. It was yeah, it was just so cute, so nice. So yeah, everyone's going to love the llama. Yeah, so it'll be useful to see what we can do with that. But you can add colours to them, you can put chests on them. You can't carry that much, but I guess if you have a chest on every one, that's going to be quite useful, since it will allow you to sort of create a train of llamas, if you like, or a caravan of llamas as it would be called. So yeah, I think some really nice features. I'm certainly looking forward to going out and, you know, finding these, and I might even because the snapshot will be out by the time you see this video, and I think if there's enough likes on it, my old Wildcraft series was a snapshot series, and maybe we'll update that to latest snapshots and go exploring and see if we can find some of these in the wild. So let me know what you think on that. Would you like to see that? Would you like me to go exploring? Because the snapshot will be out, but there's still going to be a lot of bug testing, so don't expect a full release just yet. That is going to take a little while, but yeah, certainly, you know, it might be fun to go and play in the snapshots and, you know, see if we can find certainly the woodland dungeon, you know, that woodland mansion. That would be pretty cool to see if we can find that. So let me know in the comments. Would you like that? Shall we do that? Is that something we ought to be doing? And have I miscounted here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh yeah, I've only got that 2 there. That's fine. Cool. Okay, well, I'm going to get on with this, and we're almost at the top. He says, now I've put this in here as well. I'd like your feedback on this as well. Let's put this last one down, and then, in fact, I won't be able to do it because I haven't got the crafting table, so I'm going to have to go down anyway. But let me know what you think on this, because I was thinking we kept it up because of this, but do we keep it like that, or do we go for a white wall behind it? I'm not sure, so maybe I'll take some of this out and do a white wall. Oh, that wasn't very good, was it? Can we get out of there? I think we'll have to make sure we take all these out in case we shift out of them, kind of thing. But yeah, that's fine. We can put those back there and head down to the bottom. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'll do one as white, and then we can compare the two and see what they look like. Well, that's all finished, and you know what? I've just get an empty hand in there. Yeah, as we go up, you'll see I've gone for white all the way up. I think it does look better, but I'd still be interested in hearing your comments, what you think. But I just think it looks better back there. And this is the entranceway to go back down. And along here is the weather killer. Dun dun dun. So yeah, the decorated room. I haven't tested it yet, and I think I ought to. This bit is spawn proof, so we shouldn't get any of the pigmen down here, but you know, the rest of it isn't, but it's well lit, so hopefully that means we don't get any. I've got a couple of chests here completely full of soul sand, so you know, people can come here, get that, and it's very simple to use. Get your soul sand, place it on the blocks like so, get your 3 skulls like so, and then we just got to hope it doesn't actually break any blocks. So the glass will be the interesting one to see if it breaks or not. Let's have a look. Come on, boy. There we go. It's a bit loud, but it doesn't look as if it has, and we can just come along here safely, just, you know, bash away with our sword, and it will die. So that's really, really cool. And there we go, and the star went down below. Yeah, so that's another reason why I made the walkway sort of walkable, so we can get down there when the star goes down. But that all appears to be working, and I may even put something along here. It certainly didn't break any of these blocks, it certainly worked okay, so I'm happy with that. And I might even bring down a smite sword and leave a smite sword here. That might be an idea, just so people can use that, because it's a lot quicker than using a sharpness 5 sword, that's for sure. So yeah, really cool. So I'm really happy we got that done. It does mean we've run out of time for today, though. Hopefully you have enjoyed today's episode. Leave me a like if you have, and we'll see you next time here on the new Eriador server. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Bye.